done. She gets on base for her team. So you have to be ready to attack, but getting ahead is number one, which is great. So now McKenna Reed was able to throw some pitchers' pitches and ultimately get her.
A dribbler to Flaherty, a nice toss over to first by Amaya. Just like Florida State boasts so many great first-year players, FIU has some good newcomers of their own. Beecham, nice scoop and throw. All over that one, quickly 2 away.
Chasoni Beecham, which is something that you want to do when you're trying to get ahead against lefty batters or righty batters. You like to add a little bit of run to those rise balls.
Upstairs for strike 3. What a start for McKenna Reed in her first start of the 2024 season. Payoff pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. From 2-0 to down on strikes. A big first out for FIU.
Great job by the freshman going up in the zone with that rise ball, getting it right on the hands of Janai.
Not expect this Florida State offense to be as potent as years past, but they returned 6 of their top 7 hitters from last year, mixing in those freshmen. Wow. Torres sharply hits it to second, cleaned up by Michaela Navarro for the second out. Elite strikeout pitcher. And gets another one there. How about this kid? Julie Vanderkoos retires the Seminoles in order. Lifted towards right field. Hallie Waycaser just in the field to play, and one day after her birthday gets the first out of the second inning last year with a .331 average.
Coach Larrabee had a lot of great things to say about Perez.
Sneaks that one by Amaya Ross. First runner of the day for the Panthers. A 1-out single. Time they play the Blue Devils, but beat Rutgers in a doubleheader. Go down swinging there with Navarro. A couple of Ks early for McKenna Reed. They're going to be in their later years.
Definitely. That's what she's doing right now. She's in her sophomore season now. She had a huge role last year, but an even bigger role this year, coming in and not having that senior like Catherine Sandercock, who
playing for the USA women's baseball team. Her coach, Veronica Alvarez, helped her get in touch with some softball folks. She said, you know what, let's give it a try. I'm going to continue my education, still play a sport. Panthers trying to put some pressure on the number 11 team in the country. But Reed strikes out again. Back-to-back Ks to end the first 2 innings.
Come back home, play these teams, and apply the things that they learned from Clearwater is really going to help propel them forward in the season.
Chasoni Beecham propels that to center field, rounding for second. The throw, not in time.
Been such a huge role player so far offensively and defensively for Florida State.
And now turns it over to another great surprise early in the year. Amaya Ross and FIU caught napping. Lansdale a step behind. Beecham all
makes it to third. It's interesting.
Like 36 at-bats all of last year. Payoff pitch, crushed to left center. At the wall, it's gone.
I'm going to take credit for that. I think I called that home run talking about the power that Amaya Ross has in her bat.
Second homer of the season for the Jacksonville native. And Amaya Ross opens the scoring in the second.
This pitch just a little up in the zone, a little bit middle in, and Amaya Ross turns on it and hits a no-doubter over left center. Go home on several occasions because she would constantly be in the bullpen, working on her craft, trying to be better.
A 1-3 ground out. 3-0 count against Vanderkoos. Trying to work against the sunset. 4-pitch walk for Edenfield. At me today, she said she was really annoying as a freshman. Is that true?
The amount of learning that you do your freshman season.
Waycaser hits it to third. They get the force at second. Throw to first. Not in time. Good effort trying to go 5-4-3. Kalina. 1-2 pitch. Grounded right back to Vanderkoos. Works through the Knowles after allowing a 2-run home. 3 walks, 3 home runs. Something you just never saw in her first year. This one hit over to right field. It drops in front of Waycaser. Throw to first, not there. Leadoff single for FIU, and Downing trying to avoid a similar fate here. The runner on first. Hit over to second. Flaherty throws to first and not in time. Wasn't really a good chance for Flaherty to try and tag the runner or even tag the bag. Bunt laid down beautifully. Ross Fields throws to Flaherty. With a tying run in scoring position. Popped up, shallow right. Waycaser underneath. The runner starts to tag, quickly retreats back. Downing would have been gunned down with Waycaser World Series and playing at the height of the sport. Trying to use that experience to her advantage. 2 on, 2 out, the 1-2. Hit towards center. Florida International scores 1, looking for another. They get it. Brown with a big hit, and we're all tied up at 2.
And shows off the clutch moment here, hitting that line drive up the middle. And we know that FIU is going to run. We know that they're going to try to score here. And they do. They go for 2 with the speed. Bat of the batter tips the glove of the catcher, makes contact with the glove. Perez believed that she made contact with Edenfield's glove.
Pops it up towards left. Mudge barely has to move for the 3rd out. But FIU ties it up in the top of the 3rd. The career start after a complete game against Rutgers last Saturday. Kerr pops this up in the infield. Michaela Navarro calls for it. She has it. Leadoff hitter down for Florida State. Issa Torres hit in each one of her first 8 games as a Knoll. Slaps this over to left, but on the line right to Collier Peden. Called strike 3. Ice in the veins of the freshman Julie Vanderkoos. Allison Loyalty warming up for Florida State between half innings. This one a cloud toucher. Evan Flaherty is there with plenty of time to spare. Leadoff batter walked her first time up in the 2nd. Lifts this towards center. Kerr racing back, and at the warning track reels it in. Thursday afternoon into evening. Lights are on at Joanne Graff Field, and this is a shot right up the middle. Haley Grossenbacher with authority, and another single for the Panthers. Downing swings on the first pitch. Torres calls it. She has it. Scoreless inning for McKenna Reed.
How she was going to come into the environment, and she has proved to him that she can handle this, no problem.
But she's definitely had the best number since fall, but weren't expecting that. Another strikeout for Van.
She can to try and throw Ross off. You've seen she's thrown in a lot of her off-speed pitches. There's another one, but it didn't work.
Drills this to right center. It goes all the way to the wall. Ross going for 3rd and slides in safely. And now going home. It's there. Touch 'em all, Amaya Ross.
Give her 4, Amaya Ross, showing off the speed and the base running abilities.
Was as soon as it left her back.
Honestly, this pitch off speed again. She gets a good bat on it, hits it to the wall, and she is gone. She sees that the ball has turned the outfielder around, so she continues to run, overthrow, and she's like, hey, might as well just keep going.
And actually went off her helmet. right? That margin for error is so small. Over towards left. Good running catch by Lansdale. 2 away.
Who is now an assistant coach at Troy, has, followed her dream and her love of coaching. I'm sure she loved helping Michaela.
Bouncer to second, dropped by Navarro. The 3rd error for the Panthers. Gives
one of those freshmen who redshirted. She was injured at the beginning and had to take a medical redshirt, so she was able to have that entire year to learn and to be.
Has been solid in her 2nd career start. Mudge over to left, over the head of Peden. Here comes Potter. Waycaser holds up at 3rd. It's a stand-up double for Kaylee Mudge. And the Noles jump in front 4-2.
Such a clutch hit. This pitch is outside. It's running away from Mudge. So she takes that ball right back where it came from. And Annie Potter able to score from second base.
Nothing Peden could do there. Kerr smashes it to center. And that one bounces off the wall. 2 more are in. And the 2-out rally continues.
Hit from Janai Kerr. This pitch low in the zone. Actually, she's able to get her bat down towards the ball and lift it up into center field.
Waycaser and Mudge come all the way home. 3rd double of the inning. This one shot up the middle. Coming around home, Kerr scores. 1 pitch, all it takes for Isa Torres to make it 7-2. That's why I always, right, you're doing basketball, somebody's shooting free throws, you wait till after the free throws.
Right.
Harding to shallow center. Meredith has it. But a big 4th inning for Florida State opens up a nice cushion. Or the only time she was not in the starting lineup for Mike Larrabee. Grounder over to second. Flaherty fields it and fires to first.
Who's going to be able to handle the big moments? Who may need a little bit more help in situations?
Ross with a good jump takes care of the 2nd out today. Just gets a piece of that in the air. Torres backing up, gets the glove up. A good effort from the freshman. 2nd time today, Reed retires the Panthers in those top 2 or 3 pitchers that we can ride the rest of the year.
Burling had a slow start last year and this year, but she had a great bullpen going into this weekend.
Shoehorned into a role where she has been unbelievable, but now her 3rd year getting everyday starts. Grounds this right back to Burling. A toss over to first in time against the FSU speedster. This is freshman, first time dealing with that. A little new as she takes that one right around the hip. Jeff going to shake it off.
Hitter role this season versus last season.
Flaherty takes off. Throw from Perez, not in time. It skips away. From first to 3rd in a flash. Flaherty 60 feet away from Florida State's 8th run. Extends the inning by 1 more pitch. All's well that ends well. Burling gets the strikeout.
The amount of fans that are there, so she's at home, she's comfortable, she should just trust it.
Bouncer over to 3rd, Beecham with a bullet to first. And after falling behind in the count, Gooden. Lefty grounds it over to Flaherty, tosses it to first.
This goes back to what we were talking about earlier. Pitch to con actually was a strike. That was kind of out of the zone. Now getting the walk. She's got to be able to just go right at these hitters. You know, when you've got movement that's going down.
FIU down 5. Liner to right field. Lansdale hits it directly to Waycaser. Hold your breath that third time, because to consistently beat a Kaylee Harding and then even a Hallie Waycaser, it's just such a tall task. Waycaser sharply hit to third, across the diamond by Downing. Couple of pitches. Entered today with the 14th best team batting average, 371, but Mudge grounds out on the first pitch. A little toe tap from Go Guts. Takes ball 4 there. Second time on first tonight. So cool for Janai Kerr. Now an RBI.
So excited, it's almost like puppy dog energy.
Hits this over to short. Goes off the glove of Lansdale. Kerr will take third. Harp doesn't hesitate to go to second. High total bases, slugging percentage. 2-2 hit over to second, fielded by Navarro. No problems there. The Noles threaten but don't score. Now 3 outs away from wrapping, got into a couple of tight spots. Responded well as this hit to Flaherty. Took an awkward hop over her glove.
Yeah, that's not something that you often see from
pitchers, but got to go out there, and sometimes you get punched in the face, but you'll be better for it. Beecham, nice scoop and throw. Runner advances to second, but the first out taken care of.
I think my moment actually came in the fall when I was, you know, pitching against my own teammates and having to be a little different.
This one sneaks through the infield, throw home, not in time. Peden advances to second.
It's a good pitch, drop ball. She takes her hands down to it and just hits it right back up the middle. Gooden was unable to field it, and Torres playing a little bit too far over to be able to get it.
Peden's on second. Grounder right back to Gooden, flips it to first. Second out taken care of. Casey Go Guts represents the final out. Good save from Edenfield behind home. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Gooden closes it out. And thanks to a big 4th inning, Florida State takes down Florida International 7-3.
Mimi Gooden.